Yo, what is good? Welcome back to Pokemon Legends ZA video. And today we're pretty much just going to be going over how to use Dragalge. It did end up winning the poll that I did 2 days ago. So we're going to be using Mega Dragalge. And it's going to be like a little guide on how you guys can also use it as well. And pretty much like how I'm going to be using it. So let's go ahead and tap into the Mega Dragalge. I just know that this Pokemon, it's really hard on the special attack. So we're going to go Modest. Where's the Modest? Modest Nature, and that brings us to 167 without the EV, so we're going to max the special attack. And HP is pretty okay. The defenses are really good though. It's really tanky on the special defense. Really nice on the defense, but it's still gonna hurt, you know, getting hit by like a Swords Dance Earthquake. I think that's almost enough to pick up the KO. We might be able to live one. Would have to run like some damage calcs when it comes to like getting Earthquake by a Garchomp, because mainly the stab ground type attacks are the ones that are gonna hurt. Like if Metagross goes for an Earthquake, most likely will live. Especially, I think even if it's Mega. I'm not too sure yet. We'll have to find out once we get into the games, but other than that, we're not using any of these moves that we see here on the first, slide. Dragon Pulse is open, Sludge Bomb is open, but I know this thing has Sludge Wave, so Hydro Pump is always going to be great for those ground types. That's going to be a nice little coverage that we have for ourselves, and just to have that, nice sniping range. Sludge Wave is probably a little bit better than Sludge Bomb, at least for me. I really don't like Sludge Bomb only because a lot of Pokemon can just outrun it, and the only way you're just gonna end up hitting something is if the Pokemon is already in a casting animation. That's like your best bet. Pretty much if the Pokemon is standing still, just to make it easier. So I would rather run Sludge Wave to increase my AoE and just to output that damage. Even though it's going to put us in a scenario where, we might get Earthquake. But that's like what we have to learn, is to target Pokemon. I mean, I don't even know why I would have Sludge Wave into the ground type anyways. But yeah, let's see what else we got. Smoke Screen, probably not going to use that. Water Gun, Bubble Beam, Toxic, Flip Turn, Protect. Protect is definitely up there as an option. Double Team and Endure, I would incorporate it. I don't think I would on the Dragalge. Endure would be a fun and interesting one though. You'd be able to survive. It's kind of like Protect, I guess, but you're still getting hit. But you're stalling out your death, and you could potentially get a health pack. But we're probably not going to be running it. But those are definitely some other alternatives that you can run: Protect, Double Team, and Endure. Mainly Protect for sure. Because I've seen people use Double Team, and it's like you pretty much just avoid an attack, and it's just pretty funny. It's actually really good. Hyper Beam is also one that you can use, but as a slow Pokemon, I probably even want to use Hyper Beam, especially if you can use it, but I'm going to be standing still after like trying to recharge from the Hyper Beam. It's all going to be scenarios. Mudshot is trash. I've used it. It's literally just a ball of mud. It's ridiculous. We've talked about Sludge Bomb already. Draco Meteor is going to be another fun one, along with a Thunderbolt. You can also replace Hydro Pump if you're not a big fan of Surf. If you're not a big fan of Hydro Pump, you can swap it for Surf. The reason why I don't like using Surf in certain cases is if I end up surfing into multiple Pokemon. It's good. It's not bad. But you could definitely have it. But as a Pokemon that I want to keep at long range, I end up finding myself in situations where I just throw my Pokemon out there and it surfs into the crowd and nothing dies. And then everything just starts hitting Earthquake, Ice Fang, Waterfall, whatever. And I just end up getting, destroyed. So I rather play it the more like guaranteed or safe way, and more damaging, rewarding. Surf is also rewarding too in certain scenarios. Shadow Ball is definitely another option. I might incorporate Shadow Ball if one of the other moves don't work out. Only because you'll be able to challenge most likely a Metagross and you can even follow up with a Thunderbolt, which I believe should be enough. Probably not a Mega Metagross, but a regular Metagross. But if they have screens, that's going to be a big whoops, so it's not going to really work too much into your favor. Dragon Pulse, I'd rather just use Draco Meteor. With that special attack, I want the maximum damage. We're not going physical. I already looked at the physical stats. Toxic Spikes, you could definitely, you know, incorporate Toxic Spikes in there somehow. If, you know, your hopes of getting chip damage into a KO. So yeah, no physical attacks. Focus Blast is definitely another option for those rock types or the steel types. I would definitely incorporate Focus Blast in there too. So we got Focus Blast and Surf. But this is going to be the build that we're going to be running for the team. I think we're pretty solid on this. Hydro Pump, Sludge Wave, Draco Meteor, and Thunderbolt. Dropping Dracos on this thing. The only problem with dropping a Draco is that it is going to give us a temporary special attack drop. So we have to be mindful, like after the special attack drop, that we have to hit targets that are, you know, super effective. Like if we go for Hydro Pump, you know, go for a fire or ground type or something that's 4 times weak or has something that is, you know, pretty low in the special defense, or maybe even a Thunderbolt. It's a heavy hitting mon, but you know, after our stats get dropped, it's gonna suck. So Draco Meteor, we pretty much just want to drop them when Pokemon are in a crowd, or if like a Garchomp is Sword Stance, going for a Sword Stance, and it's like kind of stuck in that, you know, casting animation. It's probably going to be when it's best. Draco Meteor into a blue pill or blue boost, defense boost, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's going to KO, so don't even bother dropping a Draco Meteor into a boosted, supported blue Garchomp. It's not going to KO, and it's going to be able to get the Sword Dance off and then just come at you with a Earthquake, and it's just going to suck. Thunderbolt, really great for the snipes. Sludge Waves, we want to get into crowds, but safely, or try to. Or if you know you're going to pick up a KO, or you see multiple targets that are super effective to poison, or just at low HP, drop the Sludge Wave. Get in there with the Hydro Pump. The nice low HP snipes. The Hydro Pumps, you know, target multiple people. And should be pretty fun. But overall, more than welcome to swap out, you know, Shadow Ball, or what was the other one? I thought this thing got Flamethrower. I could have sworn it got Flamethrower, or Focus Blast. So Focus Blast or Shadow Ball can definitely be incorporated into this if you want to get rid of Hydro Pump or get rid of Thunderbolt. It's completely up to you. I would definitely keep both of its stab attacks just to get the most and out of Dragalge. It's not a bad mon. At least I don't think it is. We'll find out. But yeah, that is pretty much how you use Mega Dragalge. If you want to make this thing like a specially defensive tank and you don't necessarily want to worry about the EVs on the HP, you can be pretty damn tanky on the special defense. But then the HP is where it's like, kind of sucks there. But it takes special defense attacks pretty damn well. But yeah, we'll figure out some other Pokemon that we can definitely incorporate this with to have that synergy. Definitely like a steel flying type like Skarmory. I would have to look to see what else, since we're going to be weak to ground, ice, and dragon, and Skarmory is a good pick for that because ice is only neutral to Skarmory and we're immune to ground type attacks. I can run like a bulky defensive Skarmory or something crazy because I try to avoid having multiple Megas on the team. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up the Mega Dragalge. I do want to give a shout out to the people that have been supporting. This is from the very beginning when, you know, ZA, I was uploading the ZA videos. If you're in here, shouts out to you. Thank you so much for the sub. I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the content and the videos. We got plenty more, just waiting for that season 2 to drop. And we got plenty of fun teams on the way. Appreciate the support. Shiny Linus, Golomoji Jonas, Skold, Christian Carlos, Iha, Alex, Jamie Touch, Cano, Mr. Game Stark, Damon Farting, Ross, Michael Silva, Costa, JRG, Scafty, my Japanese brother, big friend, Relu, Kyle, Noff, Runner Journey, Paz Mandong, Aaron Hernandez, Eminem Gaming, and Jiu Dre. Hopefully I didn't pronounce any of the names wrong. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.